So the next brain system I'm going to talk about is language. And of course, language is critical to our ability to communicate. Our lives depend upon us being able to communicate with each other. So when we think about language and communication, we can think about understanding language or comprehending language. So when we hear somebody else speak, we have to understand what they say. And similarly, of course, then we have to be able to speak or to communicate ourselves, to express ourselves. So when we think about language difficulties may be in the form of comprehension or understanding difficulties, or they may be in the form of expressive difficulties, the inability to express language, to express your intentions, express your needs, and so on. But language or communication is so much more than just language in the sense of words. Of course, communication is about understanding the subtleties of communication. So, in interaction with somebody, with another person, we have to not just understand the words that are being said, but the meanings, the body language that somebody is using, the emotional expressions. As well as that, in terms of language, we have to understand the subtleties of what somebody's saying or how they're saying things. So we have the ability to understand when somebody's being sarcastic, for example, or perhaps to detect when somebody's not telling the truth, or humour when somebody's being humorous. All of these are the more subtle aspects of language that enable us to communicate effectively in the world. So again, brain injury, and his brain injury, head injury, or stroke, or other sorts of acquired brain injury um, can make it difficult to communicate. So it may be difficult to understand what somebody's saying. And we talk about aphasia, so a receptive aphasia, the inability to understand language, or to communicate, to speak. And of course, when we think about speaking, there can be physical reasons why somebody has difficulty speaking. So somebody who's said to have a dysarthria has a difficulty with the physical action of producing speech. But the difficulty with producing speech may not be a physical one. It may be to do with the ability to know, for example, the name of something. Uh, Earlier, I was talking about not knowing the name of an object here. So, as I explained, I may know what this is perfectly well. I know what it's for. I know it's for drinking from. I know its function, but I may struggle to be able to recall its name. And there we would have an expressive problem. I can't communicate its name. I'm struggling to remember its name, um, uh, and that can cause difficulties in my everyday communication. So language is critical to communication, but communication is so much more than just language. There are many different aspects of communication, skills that may be impaired by a brain injury, and cause difficulties with smooth or effective communication in everyday interactions with people.